Hey, welcome. In this video, I'm gonna break down my latest real estate deal, which is actually 3 units, and I'll break down how much I bought it for and what it's making me already. Hey everybody, I am Mr. Maciek. Welcome to the channel. If you are interested in investing in real estate, building your net worth, and in general, anything to do with making money, then please subscribe below. I would really appreciate it. That's what this whole channel is all about. Speaking of making money, if you are not invested into the stock market yet, please click on the link below. It's a link to Webull, an app that I use, and they're gonna give you 4 free stocks just for signing up and depositing only $100. Okay, let's get started. So in this video, I'm basically gonna cover 3 things. One is gonna be the buy, then the whole situation, and then the numbers behind it. All right, number 1, so the buy, and let me tell you how I got in on this deal. So if you don't know already, I live in Sarasota, Florida, and this is pretty much where I invest. And this is a property that's kind of on the northern part of Sarasota. And it is a duplex on one side, 2 single family homes, and right across the street, a single family home. Now, I purchased this back in November 2020, and right now we are in the middle of February, and actually last month, I did end up selling one of the units, but I'll get into that in a moment. So I am a real estate agent, and I had a gentleman come to me wanting to sell his property, but he was not interested in a traditional listing. He was just interested in getting out, cashing out, and being done with it. The duplex was actually occupied, which are 2 single family homes, and then the single family home across the street was vacant, and it really needed quite a bit of work, probably about $30,000 worth of work. So he was just interested in cashing out. So I asked him, would you like me to go and list it on the MLS, or would you like me to maybe make you an offer, because I'm an investor in these types of properties that he had. So he said, I'll hear you out. Tell me what you got. So really, I just wanted to find out what is his goal. And the bottom line for him was just get out of the problem and get money in his pocket. He wanted to sell it and just make money. That's it. He knew that the properties needed quite a bit of repairs and was willing to negotiate the price for some of those repairs. So I actually came to him with 4 different proposals. So before I actually made the proposal, I took a look at everything and I figured out that basically I cannot get a loan on this property in a traditional format. And that's because one of the units had an actual active roof leak. So you can't get loans on that. Actually, you can't get conventional loans on that. So that roof had to be repaired before anything was to happen, and I let him know that, so he was willing to owner finance for a short time, which would allow me to go and repair the roof and then go get insurance on the property and refinance the whole thing. So the offers that I made went from a $155,000 purchase price for everything all the way up to $185,000, and then there was, $10,000 increments here, and they all had different financing terms. That's the only difference. The more money that I gave, the longer owner finance that he would give. But I knew that he just wanted to cash out. So he probably wasn't gonna be interested in the $185,000, but I was definitely willing to pay more money, a lot more money, for his owner financing for 15 years or so. At the end of the day, he chose actually the lowest price. He negotiated me. We settled at $155,000, owner finance for 12 months. So the deal was no real estate commissions, closing costs I would pay for, and then he would get $10,000 down and owner finance $145,000. Okay, let's get to point number 2, which is just about the general situation. I've already mentioned that one of the units, the single family home that's on by itself, needed a new roof. And now the other 2 units don't have active roof leaks, but they do have 22-year-old roofs, which basically means I gotta replace those. Aside from that, I didn't really get to inspect too much because the properties themselves were cluttered. And that's okay. That's just how the tenants had it at the time. So I kind of knew that I was getting into something that I don't know what I'm getting into. And that was okay. I was getting it at a very good price, and I was willing to take the chance and the risk. So basically I bought it, and then one of the tenants, there's only 2 out of 3 units occupied, decided to leave. And that was that. Just said, hey, listen, I'm moving somewhere else. So he actually ended up vacating just a couple weeks after I ended up purchasing the units. So I was left with 1 tenant paying only $600 a month. There was also a lot of trash in the yards, and a lot of this stuff has been cleaned up, but it's still not all done to this day because there was just so much. And I'm telling you, you won't believe how much there was. So after the tenant vacated, I basically had a vacant unit, and I had to either fully remodel it or just bring someone in at a much lower price, which is what I ended up doing. So I brought someone in at $700 there. So right now the income generating from all of these units is $700 plus $600. So I was gonna go and focus on this one single family home just sitting there. And actually out of the blue, I had this individual reach out to me who owns a commercial lot all around this one parcel of land, and he wanted to acquire it for his own business purposes. So I started talking to him, I showed him the tour, and we ended up striking a deal. And not more than a month later, he ended up closing. So sometime in January, we closed on that, and I sold that one parcel of land for $100,000. And the thing is, really, the purchase price for $155,000 for all of it turned out to be $77,500 each. So that was a pretty decent thing, because now I had this money to go and put into the new roofs and into the full remodel and kind of like have this whole business run itself without me putting more and more money out of my pocket. So overall, this was a great acquisition, because for basically $55,000, I got to acquire 2 units, which is unheard of in Sarasota. In fact, you can't even get a single family home for $55,000. However, I did not end up taking all of this money and putting it all back in. I still have a mortgage here, which nicely transitions into point number 3, the numbers. So like I mentioned, $155,000 divided by 2, each unit costs $77,500. Now I did put a $10,000 down payment, so that's $5,000 each. So basically the mortgage that I'm carrying is for $72,500, which means that the monthly mortgage payment is $536.37, and that's because it's actually based on a 15-year amortization, but there's a 12-month balloon, which means that I have to refinance in 12 months from November, or I need to pay it all off before November 2021. But I'm going to be refinancing, so I'm actually going to show you the numbers based on the new refinance numbers, which has not yet fully completed, but I will be finishing that up pretty soon. So basically it is going to be amortized over 30 years, and the payment is going to be $346.13. Multiply that by 12 months and you get $11,797.94. That is the total monthly debt obligation. And then we add our taxes, $1,475 per year, and also our insurance, $1,200, which means that our grand total holding cost for this property is $6,828.56. And now at first glance, this seems like it's incredible, because I'm bringing in $1,300 per month. But actually, let's break this down a little bit better. You might have learned in some of my other videos that you need to put some money away. So I do get $1,300 rent, and then I take away 10% for CapEx, basically large repair items, capital expenditures. Then I take another 10% for just general repair items that can come up throughout the whole year. Basically, when somebody moves out, I can go and repaint it and touch up some things. And also another 5% for vacancy, just in case there's a 5% vacancy. So that is a total of 25% that I'm removing from the $1,300. So the math is this: $1,300 times 12 equals $15,600 per year, minus the 25%, and that ends up being $11,700 per year that this will actually bring in. Now let's not forget to deduct our $6,828.56, brings us down to $4,871.44. But there is a bonus. Don't forget about mortgage pay down. So my mortgage does get paid down, right? The principal balance actually goes down every month. So in the first 12 months of ownership, that amount is going to be $1,276.75. So I add that back to the actual profit, because I do consider that as part of my profit. And the grand total, when you add $4,871.44 plus $1,276.75, and the grand total is $6,148.19. So now I like to look at my cash on cash return. And basically, this cost me $5,000. That's how I look at it, because I put $5,000 out of my pocket to purchase this 2-unit complex, since I've already sold the other one. And when I get over $5,000, I get $6,148.19 after I've removed all of my 25% deductions, because I am self-managing, so I'm not counting a property manager right now. That is over a 100% return. That is just unbelievable. One of the best investment deals that I have acquired in the last few years. But also, mind you, it is a high headache property. So I've talked about this in my other videos, that the more money you make, usually the more problems you have. Meaning lower income properties create higher problem property. So I'm not expecting this to actually be my net. I do know I'm probably gonna make a little bit less than that, but still, to get all my money back in such a short period of time is a wonderful deal. Hey, if you are liking this video, please click the like button. I'd really appreciate that. Also, it helps teach YouTube that you like this kind of stuff. Just one click of this like button will get you an opportunity to get a good deal in real estate. There's only one way to find out. Please click it. So if you want to get started in real estate, I highly recommend it. It has definitely helped me build my wealth. And now you should click this video, which is basically a video about how to get started investing in real estate with very little money out of pocket. Thank you so much for watching.